David Garcia.
Alright, now tell me a little bit about the history of Dash. How did you guys meet?
Well, Dash initially started kind of just as like a bedroom project in my room. I really had no intention of putting the music out. I kind of just wrote the songs for myself. But our guitarist, Austin Cumby, he was a friend of mine at the time, and we were driving. I'm not even sure where to, but we were driving in my car, and he was flipping through my iPod and pulled up one of my songs. And he listened to it. He's like, Josh, we should do something with this. And at the time I was in a couple of bands, and I was like, I wasn't really sure if I wanted people to hear it, or I really didn't think it was that good at the time. I was like, I don't know, maybe. Like, I knew how much work starting a band would be, and it was kind of just something for myself. But he pretty much pushed me to do it. I was like, yeah, why not? Like, might as well. And he got everyone together. He was a good friend of Steven, and I knew Steven through mutual friends as well, and Brian. And our keyboardist Connor, I've been playing with him at NC State, and that's how I knew him. And he's incredibly talented pianist, and it just made sense to bring him in as well.
Cool. How did you guys create the name Dash? What made you name your band that?
Yeah, Dash is, I don't know. I think the hardest part about starting a band is coming up with the name. Like, it was really hard to find a name that we all liked, and I don't know. I think I've always thought of the name Dash because it's really simple, and there's not really much meaning behind it. I kind of just, I don't know. I like that about it. It definitely grew on some of us. Not everyone in the band kind of agreed on it, but we couldn't really think of anything else better, and I don't know. It's definitely grown on all of us for sure.
That's good. What's your favorite part about being in a band?
I definitely have to say just like hanging out with my friends. Like, the cool thing about Dash is that we're all great friends, and it's a lot of fun just to get together and play music. Also, playing live is a lot of fun too. I feel like we're really spoiled, and we have great fans that come out and watch us, and it's like a huge dance party. So it's been a blast for sure.
What is your inspiration for your music, like your songwriting?
A lot of my songwriting comes from a lot of different bands. Lately I've been listening to a lot of Beach Boys, which I know probably doesn't sound anything like our music, but like, I love Brian Wilson, and he's one of my favorite songwriters of all time. And, definitely, like, after Beach Boys, also Foster the People, and Passion Pit. I know we get a lot of comparisons to them. And also Phoenix is definitely a big influence of mine. A friend of mine, he's in a band called The Love Language, and they got to open up for Phoenix and Carrie, and he got me and a couple of friends backstage passes. And at the time I wasn't really a big Phoenix fan. I never really listened to them that much. I've heard that one song, 1901, that like everyone has heard. But I got to meet them, and they were the most humble guys ever, and they were really cool. And then I saw them play like right after I met them, and their live stage presence was awesome. And after that show, I decided I wanted to start writing electronic like music, just because they looked like they were having so much fun, and they're definitely a huge influence for a lot of the songs that I write.
Yeah, I saw you guys covered Pumped Up Kicks in a Phoenix song.
Yeah.
Soapbox. That was really good.
Thanks.
What bands have influenced you? Like, what other bands?
Definitely the Beach Boys and Passion Pit. At the time that I was writing a couple of songs, I was in Music of the 20th Century class at State, and some of the composers there influenced our newest track, Home, like Darius Milhaud and Stravinsky, different composers like that. Trying to think of any other bands. Group Love, I've been listening to them a lot lately. They haven't really influenced songs that I've written so far, but I think for new songs that we're writing, they're definitely going to be some music I'm going to study and kind of look towards as I'm writing.
That's cool. Do you think Wilmington is a good place for new bands to start out?
Yeah, I think Wilmington is definitely a great place. Like, I don't know, just like the scenery, like being by the beach, and like downtown is beautiful. And the cool thing about Wilmington is that I feel like a lot of the bands are kind of more of like a community, and try to help each other out. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's an older guy. You know, he grew up in the '80s, and he talks about how bands used to, you know, like cut their like guitar strings before their like cut other bands' guitar strings before they went on. Just like it was more of a competition. And I feel like with Wilmington, it's not a competition at all. We're all just trying to play music and do what we love, and we're supportive of each other. So I definitely think it's a great place to start out.
Good. What advice could you give anyone who's songwriting? Just beginning.
Definitely, I mean, just have fun. I think just being genuine with your music. Like, I think the hardest part about being in a band and songwriting is like, after a while, you know people are gonna listen to it, and if you write music like with that mindset that like, oh, people are gonna listen to it, people are gonna see that it's not as genuine. So just being genuine and just like getting your emotions out and like what you want to get out of it, and kind of just drowning out all the white noise. Because I feel like people can tell like if a song is genuine and really heartfelt. So just being, you know, true to that, true to yourself. You know, the song will be.
Are you guys writing a new album?
Not completely an entire album. We don't really have the funds to record an album. We have around like 12 originals right now, and I've been writing some new music. But we are going to be going in the studio this summer to record a new song that I've recently wrote this year that I'm really excited about, and hopefully we'll be playing live soon. But we'll probably be doing, you know, recording that single and maybe doing a music video for it as well.
Good. What are your hopes for the future?
I'm not sure. I know the music industry is really tough, so I'm not trying to get my hopes up or anything like that. But my hope with Dash is that, you know, we just continue to have fun and continue to write good music and music that I want to listen to, and hopefully my friends will want to listen to as well. But we're definitely going to be pushing like online presence more. I think that's something that we want to focus with, as far as getting our songs blogged by, you know, music blogs, and getting up on Hype Machine. I think with technology nowadays, it's like the internet and is such a powerful tool, and I think that's what we're going to be pushing towards.
And how do you plan to expand your fan base?
Definitely, you know, like online presence, and hopefully we want to start playing more often. It's kind of hard to find bands in the area that play the similar style of music that we do, but I think that's one thing that we're trying to get. We mainly just been playing in Wilmington and Raleigh, and we want to break out into Charlotte and Greensboro, and hopefully somewhere in South Carolina and Virginia.
Yeah, out of state.
Yeah, out of state. But we definitely want to get on with bands that we know that will bring some people there, and you know, we'll make at least enough money just to travel.
Alright, well, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Dash is a great band, and if you haven't heard of them already, I suggest you listen to them. They're really